ball just doesn't stop in Portland, Oregon as we welcome you in for Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Florida A&M Rattlers and the Portland Pilots. Welcome inside the Child Center. I'm Brian Syke, joined by former coach and player Jennifer Mountain, and we're glad that you can join us tonight. The Rattlers, they opened up their season with a road loss to the Ducks just down on I-5 on Monday. Meanwhile, Portland opened up with a win over Lewis and Clark. Now, the Rattlers, they're a better opponent for UP. Your thoughts on this matchup tonight, Jennifer?
Well, I think it's a great early season matchup in the fact that they're going to have to guard some really athletic guards that can shoot it. It's a team that really wants to run and go with pace. So I think it's going to be a great test to see if Portland can, number one, slow them down just a tiny bit and guard the three-point line.
Yeah, leading the pace, it's going to be Jordan Tillman. He takes charge in a sea of new faces for A&M, and he's our player to watch.
Yeah, shifty, quick guard that transferred from Connors College, where he averaged almost 17 points a game, 5.5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Can really do a lot of different things for them, and he can score the basketball. Portland has got to find him early in transition and really contest the shot.
For the Pilots, they got the best of the Rattlers a few years ago. How do they make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, they got to be aggressive from the tip, execute in the half court, and they got to take care of the basketball. Turnovers will be crucial today, and then rebounding will be a big one, especially from the guard spot.
Well, Mike Meadows continues to produce in a Pilot uniform, and he's found himself as our player to watch tonight.
Yeah, solid game the other night. It's the Mike of the past. I mean, the floor general, he can shoot the three, he can get to the rim. I love his mid-range game, but his ability to score, run the show, the Pilots need his composure again tonight, and he's got to do a great job of keeping the ball in front and defending.
It's amazing what a healthy back can do for you. Now, Portland has a tougher task tonight. How do they take down Florida A&M?
Well, the toughness factor is going to be a huge key. They have to handle the pressure and the pace. They need to do a good job of limiting the turnovers. They've had trouble in the past of, they do something really, really nice, and then it's 4 quick turnovers. They got to take care of the ball. And then rebounding. We're going to hear that all season long. This will be a big factor. They struggled the other night. It has to be a point of emphasis.
Well, we've got a cross-country showdown, and it's around the corner for you. We've got starters and tip up next on the WCC Network. Welcome back inside the Child Center. Brian Syke and Jennifer Mountain with your call as these two teams just had their starting lineups announced. Let's get you the starters for both sides. On the court for the Rattlers, it's going to be Byron Smith, Jordan Chapman, our player to watch, Jordan Tillman, Peyton Williams, and then Chase Bars. For the Pilots, Tyler Robertson, Mike Meadows, Christian Schoen, Vasily Vucinic, and then the name we like to see back in the starting lineup is Moses Wood, who had the night off on Monday as he dealt with a minor tweak to a lower body injury. And so we're happy to see him back in the starting lineups. The Rattlers are going to be in green with Rattlers in orange and white across the chest. The Pilots are in gray or anthracite with the Pilot wheel on their chest.
Again, we got to really watch right from the get-go the pace of this game and whether or not Portland can keep their guards in front and defend.
Chapman with it now, gives it up to Smith. Meadows, the high hands on defense. Pass to the corner, taken by Williams. Goes baseline, Schoen shuts him down. And a travel call, turnover on the first possession.
Great team defense there. He had nowhere to go, cutting off the driving lane, obviously, and then great job of just staying in the passing lane. Picked up the travel.
Full court pressure put on by Florida A&M. Robertson down the sideline, gets past the timeline. .15 on the shot clock. Pass inside to Vucinic. Couldn't get a clean handle on a high pass to Robertson. He's got 10, and it's going down on the shot clock. 5 seconds left. Meadows trying to create space. He's called for the travel.
Yeah, I think he should have just pulled the trigger there. Good job of T-Rob just getting a little bit of a penetration and kick, and just one too many. Just pull the open shot, right?
Yep. Well, this Rattlers team lost a lot of talent from last season. Randolph, who's a G League product right now.
Yeah, they got 11 newcomers.
All from the junior college ranks, minus a couple of guys, one from Western Michigan, and that's Bars. Tillman, and I think he's got to travel. So 3 possessions and 3 travels, 2 on 4 to A&M, 1 on Portland.
Good job by Moses Wood of just, again, cutting off the driving lanes, and that's what we were talking about. Keeping the guards in front is going to be a huge key. So far, pretty good.
T-Rob with the 11 points against Lewis and Clark. Skip pass to Sholin near the corner. Now he backs down his man. Hesitation, spin, turn, knocks down the jumper.
You know, he just has so much lift and can really explode. Nice little mid-range turnover.
Chapman with it on the far wing. Drives inside, blocked by Sholin. And Sholin, the wherewithal to throw it off the feet and keep possession.
Good heads-up play right there, throwing it off. Instead of going out of bounds, really smart. Great timing, again, explosive and just smart play there, throwing it off his leg.
He seemed to turn up his play an extra level early on here. I know it's only game 2 of this season, but from what we saw last year, we already knew he was good, but he just seems to be doing the extra stuff right now. As Moses Wood circles that drain and it goes.
Well, again, just a quick release. They have the depth, they have the weapons. It's going to be hard for people to defend when you've got all these guys that can really shoot the 3.
Williams gives it up to Tillman. Smith has it with 10 on the shot clock. Tillman has it going up against Wood, 5 on the shot clock. Vucinic goes up strong, or hangs tough, excuse me.
Great
and
take.
the bucket goes for Tillman. Showing off the side of his foot, and a turnover for Portland.
Well, and here's that pace that we're talking about. Both teams want to run. This is a great opponent for Portland preseason-wise. Like I said, I mean, they're going to be running off screens all night. All these guys love to shoot the 3. Keeping the guards in front is going to be a big test.
Rattlers keep it on the outside. You know, looking at their record over the last 5 or 6 seasons, specifically under Robert McCollum, their head coach, they have some losing records on the books, but what's really impressive for them is that they've had winning records in conference despite the losing in non-conference.
Well, they're not afraid to play big-time opponents in the preseason. I mean, 11 of their 13 preseason games are on the road. That tells you something right there. But, you know, they definitely schedule up, preparing themselves for conference play.
Travel called on the Rattlers, so another turnover. I mean, overall, McCollum 54 and 89, but he's 40 and 29 in conference. And like you just said, you schedule those tough opponents that really hardens you up for that conference play.
Yeah, it prepares you, you know, for anything that you're going to face in league play. And I was, when I was going through all the stuff, looking at some of the opponents they've had, I mean, big time games.
Joey St. Pierre checks in for Vucinic. Wood tries to get into St. Pierre, and it's saved by the Rattlers. No, he stepped on the end line, and it's a turnover by Burnside, who just entered the game as well.
Well, intensity level is definitely different tonight than the previous contest against Lewis and Clark. Athleticism, the speed of the game is so much quicker. Portland's just got to get settled right from the get-go. Both teams trying to go a little bit too fast.
About 30 seconds away from our first media break, and St. Pierre gets fouled on the block. It looked to be on Chase Bars, and it is. That'll be his first and the team's first.
And St. Pierre, a nice addition. You got a big body to bang down low. I mean, one of the things that, you know, Coach Legs was trying to do is get some post player in here that really can make a difference, and he's a big body.
Yeah, 6'10", 255. I mean, he's a beefy boy down there.
That's what they need.
Burnside called for the foul. That'll be his first, team second. And you're right, it's something that we talked about last season. I mean, it goes back even before that, is Portland seemed to lack the size and physicality on the block, and that's what's gotten them beat a lot of the times. And I feel like they've got some good things working for them now as Robertson hits the bunny.
Well, and he's a big reason why they had so much success last year is right there. He's undersized, but just super smart and looks to post somebody up right out of that out-of-bounds play.
Smith with it. 2 screens, no separation, 10 on the shot clock. Corner 3 goes up by Chapman, rebounded by Wood. Robertson transition 3, steps right into it, bottom of the net.
And that's a great time to shoot the 3 in transition. You got people running, rebounding, and so far, nice offensive performance, up 10-2, 8-point lead here for the Pilots.
Robertson's got 5 points. Bars off the mark there. Foul called on the floor after the shot. And that foul's going to go on Robertson. That'll be his first, team's first. We head to our first media. It's an 8-point lead for the Pilots. They lead 10-2 over the Rattlers. We got more action coming at you next on the WCC Network. Welcome back inside the Child Center. We actually have a correction. That man right there did not pick up that last foul. It was actually on Florida A&M's Jordan Chapman who picked up that foul as Portland has a 10-2 lead. Tyler Robertson, 5 points, just hit a transition 3 to open up that lead for Portland. Brian Slack and Jennifer Mountain on the call.
You know, both teams with 4 early turnovers, but it's starting to settle here a little bit. Portland 100% from the field, and again, it's quality shots. Florida A&M struggling to score, shooting 20% from the floor. They had trouble the other night against Oregon, dropped one in Eugene, 80-45. And again, great opening test here in contest for the Pilots.
Great ball movement by the Pilots. Unfortunately, it doesn't end up in a basket. Tillman with it, getting a screen from Burnside.
Good show by St. Pierre right there on the on-ball. Good hedge.
A warning for the Portland bench. His coaches were up on their feet screaming out for defense.
That's a tough one right there. They're supposed to be sitting, but
Coach Suarez is taking a knee now instead. Anyway, to stay close to the action, Burnside over St. Pierre.
Here comes the full court pressure. Meadows and T-Rob have taken turns here handing the ball in the full court.
Chika Nduka now in the game for Portland. Wood left open after the screen. Back iron, rebound by Nduka.
Moses thought about it. Definitely liked seeing him back in the lineup again. Yeah. Just a little bit of a a tweak. You just got to be smart and safe.
And we talk about Schoen having a quick release, but so does Mo Wood too. Doesn't need much space to make it hurt. As a foul called on St. Pierre, so Vucinic will check in after that foul.
Robertson needs to just give him just a little bit more time to get set on that screen. Went a little bit early, and St. Pierre picks up the offensive foul.
Tillman to Bars. The Rattlers swinging around the outside. Louis June to Smith.
Good pressure defense.
Smith picks up his dribble. 6 on the shot clock. Gives it up to Bars. Inside the three-point line. Bangs against Vucinic. And doesn't have the touch.
Good defense. Portland's done a nice job on the defensive boards as well. They struggled with rebounding the other night, and I'm sure that was a point of emphasis in the locker room.
Yeah, they ended up tying with Lewis and Clark, 41 rebounds each, but for most of that game, they were behind as Mike Meadows cashing in from deep, the third different Pilot to hit from long range.
His composure on the floor, just a healthy Mike Meadows is a nice thing to see.
It sounds cliche, but it is a game changer because there's so many different things that he can do as Wood goes up the ladder for the rebound.
Great job on the boards there by Moses Wood.
You see as he tries to break down to the defender before getting into the paint. Foul called on Tillman. That'll be his first and the team's fourth.
Meadows does a great job, especially in the open floor, where he can just kind of pause the defense and then explode right by. Great little in and out dribble right there to the paint. Picks up the quick one.
Schoen and Jack Perry enter the game. Wood and Meadows to the bench. And Perry looking like a completely new man with a shaved head after last year we saw him with the long locks.
I didn't even recognize
Yeah, I had a couple people. Is that a new walk-on that the Pilots have? A rare air ball from Schoen will end this possession for the Pilots.
I don't know if he got a piece of that or just off the mark.
Noah Marin checked into the game. Man with the ball right now. Transfer from Brown. Bars just beyond the free throw line. Clanks off iron. Schoen tries to save it. Throws it off the Rattlers. And the smart play works out again.
Again, heads up. Throws it off his body as he's floating out of bounds. And I really like the effort on the board so far tonight.
Good heads up play to get out of the way too.
Yep.
Screen set by Nduka. It's Robertson momentarily lost it against Marin. Robertson backing down more in the paint, tried to throw it across to Schoen. Ball still loose. Bars finds it and then turns it over to Perry. Pilots just need to maybe slow things down for a moment, but Nduka drives in for a bucket.
Well, definitely a broken up possession right there, but heads up just to stay with it. And a nice little floater for Chica.
The Rattlers have been scoreless for almost 3 minutes. They're just one of their last 7 from the field.
They've had some quality looks, just not shooting the ball very well.
Louis June gives it up to Barr. Baseline jumper.
Good block out.
Another rebound for Portland. Schoen past Marin, picks up his dribble. The fadeaway on the baseline, just dirty.
Well, if you have nowhere to go, I guess that's the next option is the fadeaway jumper. Really hard to guard. We talk about his high release.
I mean, a high release when he's already standing at 6'8". And a foul called. Gonna be on Vucinic. That'll be his first and the team's first. As we head to break, the Pilots are on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Thanks to this man, Christian Schoen, the fadeaway. Violets have held the Rattlers without a point for the last 3:45. They've also out-rebounded Florida A&M 9-2 through the first 8 minutes. Christian Schoen's a big reason why they have a lead right now, 17-4. You see right there, 4 points, 2 rebounds. But Jen, I want to talk to you. We were just talking about rebounds during that last break, and Portland out to a 9-2 lead. What a feed from Gorosito with a finish from Wood!
I'll tell you, he is fun to watch, and just, I mean, immediate impact as he gets in the game. But to go back to your point, I mean, the rebounding, you know, the other night I think was a concern, and here we'll take another look at it. Just a great feed and a good finish by Wood.
Coach Likens was so high on his shooting, but you're seeing some of the playmaking ability right there from Gorosito.
Oh, he talked about his behind-the-back passes, a little bit of a flash, and definitely fun to watch.
Portland out to a 16-point lead early on here. And the backdoor cut causes some confusion. Bars let the pass go, and Tillman didn't.
I'll tell you, the defensive effort on Portland's end has been the big factor so far. I mean, they're doing a great job of keeping the ball in front, closing off lanes, and it's rebounding one and done. They're not giving them second opportunities. That's huge.
Portland's on a 15-2 run over the last 5.5 minutes.
Well, Florida A&M, again, turnovers, and they're shooting 20% from the floor.
Good anticipation from Tillman right there to intercept that pass.
They need Tillman to get involved offensively. Good defense.
Another one and done for the Rattlers as Schoen rips it away from Bars. And no jump ball called. Yeah, Tillman had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists against the Ducks. And oh, the bank's open late on a Saturday night.
I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to do that, but he's blowing his hands a little bit. Hey, it all counts the same, right?
Yep. Basket is a basket, doesn't matter how pretty it is. Bars with it near the baseline. Now in the paint, just trying to get around Vucinic. Finds Marin near the corner. All iron, one and done yet again.
Again, I mean, getting pretty good looks offensively. That's a good shot. And Vucinic is going to pick up an offensive foul by trying to post up real hard. He extended his elbow. I like his aggressiveness, and we talked the other night about he's put on about 30 pounds of muscle, and something that they really needed is somebody banging down low. So I don't mind that foul, just being aggressive. Just got to keep his hands up.
And even though he played in 20-plus games last year, it wasn't a huge role, so he's still sort of kind of getting into that motion and still getting used to having to bang his body down on the block. For
sure. You know, learn the system. He's definitely, he's a different player from what I've seen so far. And he makes a play right there defensively and gets the ball back from him. And that's maturity right there.
Yeah, you could see that developing the entire way, and takes the charge. Now he'll get a breather while Lowell will come in for the first time, and perfectly done. Set his feet, didn't move, and took the dip in the shoulder. Mike Meadows back in the game as well for Portland. Tariq Elsa checks in as well for the Rattlers, a junior from Gillette College, originally from Toronto, Ontario. And they're going to get a foul call. I think it's going to be on Schoen. Did you see that he stuck out his hips on that or not?
Yeah, I'd have to look at it again. But that's, I think, the third one so far. Again, they've got to get there quicker and get set, but the ball handler's got to wait for them to get there and then go off hard. I mean, Coach Likens has talked about, you know, involving the on-ball a little bit more in his offense. Certainly don't want to get in a situation where you're picking up a lot of fouls out of it. Good help.
It was Lowell and Wood there. We'll see who they call the foul on. It'll be on Wood. That'll be his first, and I believe it's the 5th team foul. Portland's on an 18-2 run over the last 7 minutes and 10 seconds, and that free throw ends a 5-minute and 45-second drought for Florida A&M.
Well, again, just struggling to score. They struggled to score the other night. Getting good looks. A lot of new people on this squad.
And you mentioned 11 newcomers on the team. They lost their best player to graduation. Schoen going baseline, kicks it back out to Meadows, steps into the 3. That one won't go. Schoen trying to chase it down. It'll be Rattlers basketball.
Not a bad look right there. Nice driving kick and one extra pass. Meadows, that's a good shot for him.
I think had the pass maybe been up and less, at the knees, he could have stepped into it a bit easier. Chapman with it for Florida A&M. Finds Smith. Trying to set up an offense to get the ball to Tillman, and a charge called on Florida A&M.
Yeah, good job of Moses trying to just trail coming off that staggered screen. They got called for the offensive, just kind of hooked him as he was coming through, but good job of just locking and going with him, trailing him.
Williams called for his first, and that is the team's 6th. So bonus now for Portland the rest of the half with 8:31 left to go. Pilots dissect that full court pressure from Florida A&M. Lowell can't get it to go. Wood just manhandles that basketball for the rebound.
Great weak side board right there. Having him back definitely changes the rebounding situation.
They're going to call the foul on number 1, Byron Smith. That's
and fortunate here because that slap right there, he would have probably picked up a charge if they didn't call that foul.
So Wyatt Lowell, the former WAC freshman of the year when he was at Utah Valley, goes to the free throw line and he misses the front half of a 1-and-1, and that'll be it.
Good addition to this ball club. He's got size, he can shoot it.
It was kind of a double trouble, or 2 birds for 1 stone for Coach Leggins, and getting size down low, but somebody who can also step out and hit a 3 if needed.
Well, for sure, matchup-wise, that becomes an issue if somebody, is bigger, guarding him, pulls him to the perimeter, he can get by him and he can shoot it.
Lowell just called for that last foul. That'll be the 16th foul on Portland. Portland's on a 13-1 run over the last 5.5 minutes, but they also haven't scored in the last 2 minutes.
A lot of whistles right now. Officials trying to keep this game kind of under control and not as physical.
Tillman step back over Wood as the shot clock was running out. Tillman now has 6 points.
Well, and that's what Florida A&M needs, is him kind of getting these guys going and taking over offensively.
Into the corner to Wood. Tillman over pursues. Robertson in the paint, back to Wood. So much movement for the Pilots, and it results in a 3-pointer.
Great job. Oh, I'm not sure how he split that, but little spin, and all of a sudden right between the defenders.
And foul going to be called on Chapman. That'll be his 2nd. And that'll send us to break. 7:04 left until halftime. The Pilots have a 16-point lead, 26-10. And Mo Wood, Mo problems for the Rattlers. Welcome back inside the Child Center. 16-point lead for the Pilots in the first half. And Jen, Portland has done a lot of nice things right now. They've got 13 rebounds to just 4 to A&M. They've also turned 8 of those turnovers into 7 points. And it's just nice to see this offense really clicking for Portland right now.
Well, they have so much added depth. You know, you look at end of the year last year, and he's playing 5 or 6 guys. Now they've got 9 guys really that can go in and contribute, and 6 people already have scored in this game, so that there's going to be a balanced attack, which, you know, if you're Coach Leggins, that's a very positive thing, and you become really hard to guard.
And you're about to get a new Pilot into the game, the next dead ball as well. Alden Applewhite is at the scorer's table.
Athletic lefty guard that can shoot it, can get to the rim.
And watch him play a bit of defense, too, against Lewis and Clark. He does some really nice things on the floor for Portland. Chapman with it, trying to break down Nduka to the hoop. And I think Nduka got a piece of that one.
I think he did, too. And just a good job of being physical.
Portland's made 5 of their last 7 field goals. Robertson picks up his dribble, cross court to Wood.
Got to crash the offensive glass if you're Portland.
Smith past Meadows into the paint, tries to go over Meadows, and that reached too much.
Again, good job of just a one and done. Good job on the defensive boards.
Dish to Robertson, bangs home his second triple.
Good ball movement, just solid. I like the fact that when they're open, they're just pulling the trigger. On balance.
8 points now for Robertson. He's also got 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Chapman gives it up.
Good hedge.
5 on the shot clock. Tillman, step back over Wood. He did it once, can't do it again, and that should be over the back by Chapman. And that could have been a lot worse than anything that just happened right there. It almost looked like Chapman wrapped his legs around Nduka's neck as he was going to the ground.
Well, we'll take a look at it here. Nice contest of the shot.
And you can see he goes over the back right there.
I just think he wasn't not trying to fall.
No, yeah. I didn't think there was anything malicious about that. In fact, Nduka, as a fiery guy as he is, trying to get into your head, I mean, he was calm, cool, and collected right there. And,
yep.
You know, hey, you'll send me to the line for a couple of free throws. I'm okay with that.
Yep. Now you got to make them count.
Yep. Applewhite will come in. Lowell will go to the bench. Elsa for the Rattlers goes to the bench, and back on the floor, it's number 22, Syed Burnside, the redshirt freshman from Greenville, South Carolina. And Nduka goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. Now, that's something we're going to have to see the Pilots get better at, because they struggled during their scrimmage. They struggled against Lewis and Clark at the line. Just not as crisp as we've seen them, especially with them being top 10 in the nation last year in free throw percentage.
Well, and just the overall ability to shoot the basketball by these guys. You know, you would expect it to carry over to the free throw line.
Wood picks up his second personal foul. And that should be bonus now for Florida A&M. It is, so Tillman will go to the line with 5:12 left to go until halftime. Portland's in the double bonus. Florida A&M in the regular bonus. Can't hit the first free throw.
Well, I tell you, I mean, I've been very impressed with the boards this evening. They, I'm sure, had a lot of talk about rebounding in the locker room the other day.
They left Applewhite open, finds Robertson underneath.
Great penetration. Defense comes, and nice little dump inside to Robinson.
And Nduka steps out on defense against Tillman.
Again, another great hedge. Slow on the ball handler.
The lefty short on that attempt. Robertson stepping into another three. Oh, he almost had it. Slapped out by Nduka. Offensive rebound, Portland. Get out of here. Wood, another three.
Well, I'll tell you, they're not afraid to shoot it. Every single one of them has the green light, and I mean, great job. I mean, transition is a great time to shoot a three, and then again, really Chika with a great effort on the boards to get that ball back out to Moses Wood.
Wood's got 12, Robertson's got 10. And a foul on the floor. I think that one's going to be on Nduka. That'll be his first. Team's 8th. And that also will send us to the media break. It's 35-10. Portland has a 25-point lead off the rebound. It's Mo Wood again. Daggers from outside. We'll be right back on the WCC Network. Welcome back inside the Child Center. A 25-point lead for the Portland Pilots here in the first half. They lead 35-10. It's Brian Slyke and Jennifer Mountain with your call. Big reason they have that 25-point lead is because of that man right there, Tyler Robertson. 10 points and 3 rebounds to go along with 3 assists as well. He's just sort of Mr. Do-It-All for Portland. He steps up in any way that they need. And my favorite part about him is they asked him to score so much last year, but he's still so willing to pass it up to the next man to give him an opportunity.
Well, he's a complete player. He's got the arsenal, everything. He's so versatile, and I'll tell you, he's just super smart, too. I mean, you look at him, he's not the quickest cat on the floor, but he's so smart that he gets himself shots. He creates things for other people. And he's a really, really hard matchup.
Yeah, you talk about that basketball IQ. Nice pass. Oh, the finish! That strength from Applewhite. He'll head to the line for a three-point play.
Nice one-handed bounce pass as Applewhite goes to the rim, and just great body control. I love having a lefty on the floor, too.
Yep, exactly. With the left hand, too. Nice touch from Applewhite, the transfer from Mississippi State. Can't convert the and one. Just another excellent addition through the portal. I mean, we saw his passing ability a couple of possessions ago, and then the finish right there as Nduka is called for his second foul.
You can see in the defensive game plan, they're really trying to strong hedge and make the ball go back to the same side, just getting a little bit physical on the hedge. There was Nduka.
So Byron Smith, he transferred from Seton Hall, originally from Washington, D.C. Excuse me, from Palatka, Florida. As Vucinic is going to check back in, and Nduka will go to the bench. So still no field goals in the last 3.5 minutes for Florida A&M. It's an 11-1 run for Portland over the last 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, Florida A&M just really struggling to shoot the basketball. And credit Portland's defense.
Vucinic, I think, will be called for the foul. He will, and that will be his third personal. So he's going to have to be careful, especially with the second half still to play. Already with 3 personal fouls, so you think you'll probably see St. Pierre or Lowell come out to replace him. Double bonus now for Florida A&M. Tillman hits that free throw. Before that, he was 1 for 3 on the evening so far. And he'll go 1 for 2 this time from the stripe. Cross court to Meadows. He skies to get that pass. Stops in the paint, kicks it out to Applewhite. The 3. Back iron, long rebound to Meadows. Perry. Another dangerous guy you do not want to leave open.
No, I mean, if he gets it, whoa.
Tillman lost it, but his teammate Burnside cleans it up.
Lost it. It ended up being a pass off the backboard to his teammate. But going back to Jack Perry again, just so solid. And there's not too many open looks from the three-point line that he's going to miss.
That field goal for the Rattlers ends a drought of nearly 5 minutes without a made basket. 10 on the shot clock for Portland. Robertson wants a screen. Picks up his dribble, Applewhite with it. He's gonna have to put up a shot off balance. Got iron and a rebound for Smith. I didn't think there was really much he could do with that that late in the shot clock.
No, I mean, that's smart.
Awkward step from Smith right there as he gives it up to Tillman.
The other thing about the added depth here with Portland is they can do a lot more switching. They have a lot of guys that similar size, play in multiple positions.
Acrobatic finish right there by Tillman, splitting the defenders.
Smart by Vucinic of not trying to go over and block that, picking up his 4th.
Yeah, he went straight up on that one. Oh, pass goes off the face of Vucinic. Tillman sidesteps the defense, and a foul is called. Oh, and Vucinic just picked up his 4th, too, as Florida A&M is in the midst of a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Timeout called by Portland with a $1:37 left until halftime. It's a 20-point lead, but the Rattlers making a run of their own. They're on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. We'll be back with the final 97 seconds until halftime on the WCC Network. The timeout, a couple new bodies on the floor for Portland. Gorosito gets his second action of the night. Sherwin back on the floor as well. Tillman going to the line for a double bonus opportunity. Portland's first 15 minutes seemed crisp. Good offensive output, but the last few minutes they've gone cold. No points in the last 2 minutes, while A&M has gone on a 9-0 run.
Well, and 9 turnovers in the half. I mean, that's something that they obviously have talked about, is taking care of the basketball and just not getting sloppy.
Pilots get it across the timeline. Robertson backing down his man. Finds Perry in the corner, pass at his feet. 7 on the shot clock. Meadows, a dart to Perry, inside to Robertson, kicks it back out to Meadows. 2 on the shot clock, puts it up, and he beats the buzzer.
He really has the ability to get to the rim and hang in the air, create.
I thought that was a great instance of being quick, but don't hurry, because he still got off a good shot knowing that the shot clock was winding down on him.
Exactly, no panic whatsoever. Just solid. He had the 3 right from the get-go. But again, nice penetration and just got to the paint. Anytime you can get to the paint, good things are going to happen.
Quick 3 from Robertson. No, another one. 3 for 4 from behind the arc. He's got 13 points in the first half.
He's got his gunslinger out tonight.
Shooting from the hip. And another timeout. Florida A&M will call this one, as Portland leads 42-19. So 30 seconds left in this half. If you're Portland, you mentioned it, they've got 9 turnovers here. You don't want to have a slip up here in this final 30 seconds. Now, you do have a cushion for a lead, but you want to clean it up before halftime.
Yeah, you need a strong defensive stop here. You got 21 seconds. You're going to get an opportunity to go the other way. Certainly don't want to go too fast and turn the basketball over, but solid defensive stop, and then in the half on a good note. You're Florida A&M. You want a good shot here. Bottom line, get some movement, get a great shot.
42-19 with exactly 30 seconds left until halftime. Rattlers will get possession just in front of the bench for UP. 9 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Tillman with it, going up against Jack Perry. Smith got some separation from the defense, and he's short on that shot. Gets his own rebound, pulls up with the mid-range, and he makes it. Seven left on the game clock. 5. And a carry called on Meadows.
You don't see that called very often.
No, and Coach Leggins was upset. He really wanted them to push tempo and make a move. You can see why he made that call. 3 seconds. Smith looking at the clock. Ooh, stepped on the head of Gorosito as he went by, but Gorosito seems to be okay. Shot was off the mark, and the Pilots take a 21-point lead into halftime. Jen, any quick thoughts on this first half between these two?
I thought the defensive effort from Portland right from the get-go was the key to the half. Led to great offensive possessions. We got multiple guys contributing, just a good team effort, and the rebounding has been terrific.
We head to break. Pilots lead by 21. We'll be back with highlights and stats.
I love the fact that higher education can be transformative. It can change someone's trajectory of their life. So it's my hope that the University of Portland, we are the transformative Catholic university in the West Coast. I was born and raised in the great state of New Jersey. I'm the youngest person in my family. I have some amazing parents who have sacrificed a lot to provide an education for me and my brother. You know, we grew up knowing you're going to get your education, you're going to go to church, and anything is possible as you go forward in your life. My name is Rob Kelly, and I am the president of the University of Portland.
We were simply thrilled when Dr. Kelly accepted the opportunity to come to the University of Portland. We spent hours, weeks, months discerning this important decision, and he was exactly what this university needs moving forward.
Hey guys, nice to see you.
I think you've already seen that on campus already. Dr. Kelly's everywhere. He's ubiquitous. He's energetic. I think he's a tremendous role model. His experience in higher education at this university and other universities will serve him so very well. There's no one more prepared to lead this university into its next great chapter here on the Bluff.
This is my first day with lots of students on campus in a physical format. The students are back, and this is the beginning of it. It's like Christmas morning.
Clearly a person that was able to build connections and relationships with people. His prior experiences, it was very intentional that Rob was preparing himself to one day hopefully have the opportunity to lead a Catholic university, and grateful that he chose us as much as we chose him.
I've been so blessed to know him for over 24 years, and one of the very first conversations we had, we found out we both loved higher ed, and he talked about, I want to be a college president one day. And it really struck me because my father was a college president, and so I saw a lot of similarities in somebody that I, greatly admire and love more than anything. He is like the cheerleader for our family.
My children, Alex and Addison, first they ground me completely. They give all of this work that I'm doing and everything meaning.
To be such a collaborator, communicator, and somebody that really deeply believes in justice, it seemed like those were the things that he just naturally is.
I have been extremely blessed to have different people in my life. People like Sister Frances, she was my 4th grade school teacher. I remember those little lessons that she taught us, and I bring that with me into the work that I do now.
Welcome to all of you.
My message to students would be that they're loved. We want to walk with them and accompany them as they go off and do amazing things in the world. And we're always going to be there. It's about community, and we're going to help them to get connected as we go forward in life.
Welcome home, and go Pilots.
Dr. Kelly, on behalf of the entire Board of Regents, we are thrilled that you are finally here on the Bluff.
Dr. Kelly and his family, so grateful that you've become a part of the University of Portland. Can't wait to see all of the fantastic things that we can accomplish.
Welcome, Dr. Kelly, to Villa Maria Hall. Welcome, Dr. Kelly, to the University of Portland.
We're so proud of you and wish you the best of luck at University of Portland.
Congrats, Dad, on becoming president. I'm really proud of you.
Every day, remember where your strength lies. God and heaven are below our feet and above our heads, and so always look up and remember that you are loved and you can do this. Congratulations.
Welcome back inside the Child Center. Brian Slyke and Jennifer Mountain with your call. A few minutes left in halftime, but the Pilots have a 21-point lead, 42-21. And Jen, your thoughts about that first half as a whole between these two teams?
I thought Portland did a great job of sharing the basketball. I thought they set the tone defensively. They rebounded the basketball. I mean, they're shooting at a high clip at 59% from the field and 50% from the three-point line. So I just think, A&M really struggled. Florida A&M really struggled to score the basketball. Got themselves going late in that second half, but I thought a complete defensive effort from Portland really set the tone.
Yeah, some offense, too, for Portland, specifically behind the arc. I'm looking at some of the stats right now. I mean, Portland had more three-pointers than Florida A&M had made baskets in that first half. I mean, defense turned to offense for Portland, and that first 15 minutes for UP, it just really seemed their offense was in sync. They really couldn't do anything wrong, minus, a turnover here or there, but just a good offensive production leading from defense.
Well, and they're just sharing the basketball so well, and we talked about the fact that they have so many weapons that can shoot from the three-point line. I mean, obviously Moses Wood, Christian Sholin, Tyler Robinson, Mike Meadows. I mean, you can keep going down the list here. Their bigs can shoot the three, so they make it really hard to defend them. And just a terrific job of making the extra pass and finding the open player.
Yeah, 4 different Pilots made a three-pointer in that first half. And just the whole team culture's unselfish plays. You see just everybody passing the rock around. Everybody gets an opportunity in this offense. And you love to see it in a strong take by Applewhite, too, a new addition for Portland.
Yeah, I just think the added depth that they have with, the returners from last year really are a complete package with these guys. We talk about the fact that, we need somebody to kind of bang down low, but they also have length that can play down low. So a lot of options for Coach Legs, and good things happening for the Portland Pilots.
So Jen talked about that Florida A&M had struggled to shoot the ball. You see 7 of 25 in that first half for only 28%, 1 of 6 from behind the arc. More turnovers than made field goals for the Rattlers.
Well, and you look at that assist.
Yeah.
12 assists on 16 field goals. There you talked about the unselfish play right there.
Some of the other stats that are happening, points in the paint. We were hoping to see some production for Portland in that category. How were the bigs going to do against Florida A&M's size? Right now, it's about even in that category. What's really sticking out for you, though, Jen?
Well, I mean, the largest lead, 27. I think that you got to make sure that you don't stop playing and getting better right now. Anything can happen, especially if you have a team that can shoot the three. But again, I think that defensive tone and the defensive effort that they had right from the beginning of the game is crucial for the start of the second half. And, points in the paint, I would like to see more post play. The points in the paint tonight, I think, have been more of guards getting to the circle, getting to the WCC sign and getting themselves into the paint. So, but again, I mean, you can't really complain with the fact that they're shooting the ball so well and sharing it.
Yeah, they're shooting at 59% so far in that first half. So not a lot to complain about for the Pilots, as we're about 30 seconds away from starting the second half between these two teams. I mean, the good thing is, even though you're not getting the point production out of your bigs, you're certainly getting the rebounding aspect up for Portland, and that was a big problem against Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, and I actually think they've played really physical in this first half on both ends of the floor, which I like to see. I think the big crucial key right now is for Portland. The other night, the beginning of that second half, they came out slow and turned the ball over a little bit. I think the first 3 or 4 minutes, the crispness, the defensive intensity that we saw is got to be a must. This is how they get better every day.
Yeah, you stole my thunder. I was going to say it was a bit of a slow start in that second half against Lewis and Clark. You talk about coming out fast like they did in that first half, and you're right, that's going to be crucial for the Pilots in this one. It's like Meadows, Robertson, Wood, and Duca will get the start in the second half with the 4 fouls for Vucinic, and then Sholin also out on the floor. Williams, Tillman, Bars, Smith, and Chapman on the floor for Florida A&M.
They're looking to post up right off the bat. Run Robertson off a staggered screen. Good defense by Florida A&M.
Yeah, Bars cutting off Sholin in the pass just out of his reach. Turnover.
Tough angle right there.
Back out to Tillman. Chapman on Nduka. .15 on the shot clock for the Rattlers.
Little confusion offensively for Florida A&M.
7 on the clock. Now it's 5. Tillman picks up his dribble. He's in trouble. Needs an outlet. Finds Chapman.
Good defense by Portland.
Long rebound for Meadows. He's in transition. Robertson, who had 13 points in that first half, led all scorers. Sholin somehow gets the loose ball back to him. Spin in the paint and a finish.
I'm not sure how that happened, but fortunate that he got the ball back. And I think they're just trying to force too much inside now.
Chapman with it near the far wing. Goes baseline around Nduka, and Nduka gets called for the foul. That'll be his 3rd personal.
Little too much body right there on the penetration. Nduka called for that block on the drive. Good trap out of the defense out of the baseline, out of bounds.
Smith from the corner, can't get it to go. Sholin was fouled, it looked like.
I think they got him for the foul, yeah.
That'll be his 2nd and the team's 2nd already, and we're not even 2 minutes into this half. Trapped in the corner, it's Bars. Finds Chapman across court. And a charge, and Nduka takes that one. And a turnover by Florida A&M.
Good job of anticipating, holding his ground, and you can see right there, he knew he was coming, his feet set. Good job taking in the chest. Kind of a weird start to the half, kind of broken plays.
Chapman just picked up his 4th foul. So we probably won't see that guard for a little bit. Meadows silky smooth on the mid-range.
Great job of coming off the on-ball and creating that mid-range jumper.
Meadows now has 7 points on 3 of 5 shooting.
Yeah, just solid.
And Wood gets caught trying to poke the ball away from Williams. That'll be his 3rd personal. So Portland in a bit of foul trouble right now. You've got 4 on Vucinic, 3 on Nduka, and now 3 on Wood.
Well, the biggest thing is they're playing intense defensively. They just got to stop playing with their hands, move their feet a little bit, getting called for the cheap ones.
Williams traveled.
I'll tell you, if you've never been to one of these games here, you guys got to get in the building and watch this coaching staff. They have so much energy and are just so passionate.
Get a steps counter on Leggins. He's going miles on that sideline during a single game. Wood baseline, finds Sholin in the corner, and he knocks it home. Sholin's first triple. He's got 9 points.
He's been quiet a little bit. I mean, that's a quiet 9, really. You know, the other night, he came out just blazing, knocking down shots, opened up the game with the big-time dunk, and that's the thing. Again, there's the depth right there. Any night, it could be somebody else.
7 on the shot clock for Florida A&M. Lewis June gives it up to Williams. 2 on the shot clock, puts up the floater to beat the buzzer, and Sholin rips away the rebound. Robertson slows the tempo. Showing a deep 3. No help from the glass, and out of bounds off the hands of Nduka. He was trying to get a monster rebound right there.
Yeah, and that's just what he does, man. He's going to go every single time, hard to the boards, both ends. Good hustle play. like you said earlier, he gets a little chippy here and there, and one of those guys that you love to have as a teammate, but you do not want to play against.
Well, I remember in the last game on Monday, Deprez, the post player for Lewis and Clark, was going up for free throws, and Nduka was chirping in his ear before he got up the shots. And that's just the type of player that he is. I mean, you said it the other day perfectly. You hate to play against him, but you love it, the fact that he's on your team.
For sure. And again, the beginning of this second half just kind of broken up a little bit. A lot of stoppage, a lot of fouls being called.
No look pass to Wood in the corner, and Williams got his hand on it. He'll get called for the foul. That'll be his second personal.
Great three-quarter court pass right there by Robertson. He's found Wood in the corner, who, I mean, quick first step to the rim.
Correction, that is Williams' fourth personal foul, the third one on the Rattlers in this half. See Wood, 12 points, 4 rebounds. They get 13 points now after the free throw. Wood last season, almost an 83% free throw shooter. Second on the team in points and rebounds last season, on the way to being named All WCC honorable mention. Rattlers now down by 30, the largest lead by the Pilots. Bars backing down, and Nduka got the bounce off the rim.
That's a strong post move.
Bars, who was just praying for a basket, finally gets the first one. He's now 1 for 6 from the field. Nduka in the paint, and the bunny goes too small as Nduka walks back down the court.
Again, set up by Robertson. Nice timing on the block there by Sholin. But that's what you love about Tyler Robinson. He's directing people, he's scoring, he's rebounding. He does it all for this squad.
Well, a 30-point lead for the Pilots with 15:27 left to go. We'll be back on the WCC Network. Christian Sholin having a quiet night so far. Well, I shouldn't say quiet, he's got 9 points, but it's a quiet 9 points because he's been overshadowed by Mo Wood and Tyler Robertson in the point category. But 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks right now for Christian Sholin. He's being a stat stuffer.
Yeah, just he's playing solid. That's bottom line. I mean, I don't think he's forcing the issue. He's taking shots when he's there, when he's open, and he's not going to end the night on that, that's for sure. But no. I think he's actually having a really nice night. Balanced.
Robertson getting through the pressure put on by Smith. Backing him down. 12 on the shot clock. basket does not count. Foul called beforehand. That'll go on Smith. That'll be his second personal.
Well, the thing about, Robertson backing somebody down is he's got the little jump hook if he's got a size advantage, but he can see the floor so well and just ends up with opportunities to score from the three-point line. And
rebound in Duca off the shot from Wood. And that's his bread and butter right there. You get the rebound, get a shot up around 5 feet around that basket.
Yep, nice little mid-range, crashes the board.
The lead is ballooned to 32 points now for Portland. And the Rattlers just can't get any offense going right now. They're 8 for 31 from the field. They've got 10 turnovers. And the pressure from Portland has been too much for this ball club.
Their defense, I've been really, really impressed with their defense tonight.
Jack Perry will enter the game. Robertson goes to the bench.
I mean, intensity level defensively has been tremendous.
Inbound, and Duca finds Perry. Meadows trying to break down his defender, gets it over to Sholin. Bars on defense, and that's a mismatch right there for Sholin. Hits the mid-range. He's now double-digit points with 11.
I mean, that's just one-on-one breaking somebody down, and that's a really hard, a little fadeaway, little runner is hard to defend.
Tillman in the paint, trying to go around, and Duca, he does. He's got 13 points.
I mean, he's been a bright spot for Florida A&M tonight. Only one that really has scored.
Yeah, he's got 13 of the team's 25 points.
Little miscommunication defensively right there.
Bars slow down the court for Florida A&M. Foul called on Jack Perry. It's Perry's first personal foul, the fourth one on the Pilots in this half. And Duca will head to the bench, and then Joey St. Pierre is now on the floor. Smith trying to get around St. Pierre, and I think St. Pierre is going to get called for the foul on this one, and he will.
Yeah, I mean, it's the hands. I mean, they're doing a really good job of getting position in front, and then they put a touch, and those officials, it's points of emphasis. They just called a hot touch, big time. Play defense with your feet, right?
Yep. Pierre picks up his second personal, the fifth one on the Pilots in this half.
Oh, nice pass.
Wrap around pass, and Bars slams it home. Oh, Wood!
Well, what an answer, right? You get dunked on and defense doesn't get back and get the ball up the floor as quick as possible and made him pay for it. Great job.
Smith drives, slips. No call from the referees for a travel. St. Pierre goes up and gets that rebound. Perry up to Meadows. Here's an alley-oop. Sholin! These guys are having fun out there.
They got called for a technical. I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Mike was right in our vicinity. You could see that coming all day. And
yeah, there you see the extra hang on the hoop. But Sholin throws that one down. Well, you won't soon forget that one inside the Child Center, that's for sure. I mean, that's just part of the electric play that they are building on from last year. Gorosito will come in for Meadows.
Well, Portland's going to get an opportunity to get some guys in the game here, get them some experience, and take a look at different, lineups.
And the tip, it looked like it went off for to A&M, and it does. So it'll be Pilot basketball with 12:17 left to go. Full court pressure from Tillman on Gorosito. Is that a little high step I saw right there?
Wanzi's got the flash.
And the pass intercepted by Florida A&M. And Gorosito, he sort of jumped right there into that shot. And so that's an easy call against him. His first personal, the 6th one on the Pilots. Smith with 5 points. He's 3 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. Junior from Palatka, Florida.
Well, Coach Leggins, we talked to him last week. Gorosito is one of those guys that he sees down the road having a really good career here, really can shoot it. He's got a great handle, good feel. Sees the floor really, really well, great in transition.
Full court pressure from the Rattlers and almost taken away. Gorosito was the last one to touch it.
Well, and if you're Coach Leggins, it's not about the scoreboard. You got to take care of the basketball, limit turnovers. They've talked about this, day in and day out of just quality possessions, and just can't get cute with the ball.
Yeah, well, it's a 31-point lead for the Pilots, 61-30, and none better than this. The greatest showing, putting on a show for the Pilots. Christian Schoen having himself a day. He's got 13 points and 5 rebounds to go along with 2 blocks. And just another Pilot in double-digit point category. Go along with Moses Wood and Tyler Robertson. But this is what seems to be a glimpse of the near future for the Pilots. Multiple guys scoring for the Pilots on a regular basis.
Well, and on any given night, it could be somebody else. So, I mean, that's a huge positive for this ball club.
Marin goes with the right hand off the glass. That'll be his first basket. Issa with the assist. Gorosito's just toying with the defender, it seems like. Showing inside to St. Pierre, and a foul is going to be called on Burnside. That should be his second personal and the 5th one on the Rattlers this half.
Well, good job by St. Pierre of being big on the block there. got him stuck on his backside, and again, that's something I think is going to be a big positive for Portland moving forward.
I mean, he's just a big body. He's not giving up any space right now. I mean, he plants his feet and he's got some separation. Sjoland again! Coming in, saving the rebound and the ball for the Pilots.
Great weak side board, and I think that's the third time that he has thrown the ball off the defense.
You're correct, that is the third time he's done it. Here's another look at it.
I mean, just a great weak side board, good effort. Ooh, he kind of stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, that was close. Pass inside to St. Pierre. Oh, he can't convert for his first basket as a Pilot.
Good look, though.
Lose June inside, kicks it out. And the three was halfway down and comes back out. And the pass from St. Pierre in front of Wood and out of bounds.
Again, those turnovers just kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and about 15 seconds for Portland. Now, after having 10 in the first half, it's only the 4th one this half for the Pilots. Issa.
You just hate to have a turnover like that where, you know, kind of, it was your own mistake. Weren't forced to do anything.
Tillman with the 3. 16 points for the young man from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So this will be a 30-second extended to a full timeout, which means we'll take a break. 61-35, Pilots with the lead inside the Child Center. We'll be back on the WCC. Welcome back onto the campus of the University of Portland. One of the freshman guards for Portland, Wanzi Gorosito, with 3 points and 2 assists so far, and he's got some nifty ball handling skills that we witnessed early on in that first half. And Jen, looking at some of these stats here in the second half, only a 5-point lead in the second half for Portland against the Rattlers as they're on an 8-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. But the one thing that really stuck out to me, Portland's even shooting the ball better than they did in the first half with quality opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting extremely good looks at the rim. They're sharing the ball like we've talked about, and they've got a lot of skilled guys. So, I mean, you give open looks, they're going to stroke it.
Meadows beat the defender, can't get the friendly roll off of Tillman, and it stays with the Pilots.
And that's all Nduka right there. I mean, his hustle play bumps him, gets the ball off his leg, and they retain the basketball.
Portland's trying to end a 3-minute drought with no points. pass over Marin, finds Robertson, can't connect on the bunny. And he put his hand up right away. Hey, that's on me, guys.
Yeah, and that's not a shot he would normally miss. Or he normally would make that shot. That's not one that he'd like to have that one back. And a good recognition of a mismatch by Nduka.
So baseline out of bounds play for the Rattlers.
Yeah, the pace of this second half really has just been a lot of stop play, broken up a little bit. And
Barry almost takes out a dancer deflecting that pass.
Just not a lot of rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah, that first half, it seemed like we had few whistles for the most part. You could really, go up and down for a few possessions. Here, it just seems one and then a whistle.
Just a little bit better flow in that first half so far.
As we're now under 10 minutes. Marin missing the three. And Nduka quickly up to Wood. Rattlers have the numbers, and Marin blocks Wood. Are they going to count that one? Are they going to call goaltending? That's the real question. Robertson wants them to check it. I think they're going to give Wood 2 shots.
Well, I think
you determine right here.
It looks like it's still on the way up there.
I'm with you on that one. So Wood already 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. He's got 16 points on the night to go along with 3 assists and 5 rebounds. Here's another look from underneath the basket this time.
Yeah, I think it's still on the way up.
Good job by Liam, our cameraman, getting out of the way of that one. That's a big man falling in your lap.
That was really athletic play.
By Marin?
By Wood.
Oh, by Wood, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like in transition, to get that shot off, getting fouled, that was an athletic play. And granted, the block was very athletic as well.
Under 9 to go. Smith pulls up in front of Robertson. Dies on the back of the iron. Rebound.
Yeah, Florida A&M's got some really good athletes. They just, again, have struggled to score and shoot the basketball.
Iso with that make on the putback, and Robertson called for a travel. So again, no field goals for over 4 minutes now for Portland. Charge called, and Robertson, I want to say that's already the 3rd one on the season, maybe even the 4th.
That's good defense right there. An easy call for the official. Just moves his feet again, doesn't reach. Took one right in the chest. Easy call, go the other way.
So the Pilots are now in the bonus for the rest of the game. The next foul on Florida A&M will put the Pilots on the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Meadows got the defender to jump, comes in for the easier shot, and it's short. Marin's pass to Smith, almost took him out of bounds, pulls up in front of Meadows, rebound Robertson. Perry in the corner, Pilots throw it around the outside. Pass inside to Nduka, just got his hands on it, but a foul called.
You know, Robinson coming off that screen, he does such a good job because he kind of brings it up like he's going to shoot and then throws that bounce pass just kind of right from the side of his hip. And many a times has somebody ended up with a bucket off of that assist.
Sends us to another media, 63-37 with 7:41 left to go. Pilots lead on the WCC Network. there's a look at a fresh new face on the bluff. That's the new president for the University of Portland, Robert Kelly. Big sports fan. Rumor has it he's been itching to get inside the Chiles Center and get in on this basketball action, and the Pilots are putting on a show tonight as they lead 63-37 over Florida A&M.
Well, it's really nice when you have a president of the university really value athletics, and from the sounds of it, he really has come in his first year and embraced what they're trying to do here. Scott Lakem, the whole community is really starting to make a huge difference on the bluff.
100%. Seems like athletics overall on the bluff are on the uphill climb. Women's soccer's hosting a tournament match on Saturday. Double team down on the block. Gets it to Marin, the touch pass. And a travel call. But what a pass from Marin right there. The heads up to try to get it over to Burnside.
Yeah, great touch pass. And they got him for a walk, so it should be Portland's ball here.
There's a look at that pass.
Smart play.
Oh, I thought he took his 2 gather steps. And right now, Coach McCollum trying to get an explanation for that travel call. Robertson in the corner. He calls a timeout to keep possession as he gets trapped.
Portland, a 30-second timeout.
So, 30-second timeout call by Portland. Let's get you the upcoming schedule for the Pilots. And they have a doozy coming up. They've got Florida A&M right now, Portland State on Friday. Then they hit Kent State on the road along with Air Force, and then they come back home for the PK 85 tournament, and where, well, they've got a tall task to take on North Carolina in the first round of that matchup.
They sure do, but business first on Friday. Nice rival game, in-state rivalry with Portland State coming over. Should be a great opportunity for both squads. 2 young, up-and-coming coaches. Jace Coburn's doing a nice job there. Got a lot of new faces for the Vikings.
And you'll be on the call with Ann Schatz.
Yep.
Pilots trying to get through the press from the Rattlers. They do. Pass to the corner to Applewhite, who just enters the game. And off to Perry. Backdoor cut from Applewhite, and tried to put it up and under. Denied by the bottom of the rim, gets fouled. He'll head to the line.
Well, he's come in and give some nice energy and nice spark, you know, both times. Nice little back cut. He got this in the first half and actually got fouled on it as well and went to the free throw line.
He's one of these guys that didn't play much last year at Mississippi State, so you're sort of getting those game legs back into you as you start with this new club.
One shot.
Applewhite now 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Makes the third. He's now got 3 points.
I like his athleticism.
You know, early on here, he hasn't got a whole bunch of run and playing time, but the playing time that he does get, he's making a point of being known on that court.
Well, he's been very productive.
Showing over to Meadows. He drives inside. And I think they're going to call a blocking foul as Marin was in the restricted circle. They do call it on Marin. That'll be his first.
Nice recognition of the lane opening up right there. And yeah, inside the restricted circle, easy call for the official. And just a good take to the rim.
Meadows with 7 points. First trip to the free throw line. Cashes in on the first attempt. Portland has not had a field goal in 6 minutes and about 15 seconds. And they're fortunate that Florida A&M has not scored any points in the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
Well, you know, again, you want to learn something every single night out. And you know, this is something certainly that you don't want to have 6-minute drought without scoring the basketball against a really quality opponent. You're going to be in trouble. Fortunate that, you know, again, Florida A&M has really struggled to score, so it hasn't hurt them. There's been some really good, solid performances offensively for Portland. Just they got to play the complete 40 minutes.
Tillman, the bright spot for Florida A&M, missing that three. Burnside called for over the back on Robertson. And it's double bonus for Portland, so Robertson will have a chance to shoot 2 at the free throw line. This will be his first trip. And he's a guy who's been pretty quiet here in this second half. In fact, that's his first point here in the second half. But that's sort of what we saw against Lewis and Clark. He had a slow first half and then really turned it on in the second half.
I actually talked to him about that before the game, and you know, he's like, I was just trying to get a lot of people involved, and you know, he's one of those guys that just does exactly what the team needs him to do in the certain circumstances. So
honestly, I don't think you could have had a better centerpiece coming out of the transfer portal than him in Legan's first year, because of exactly what you just said, the unselfish play of, hey, listen, I don't need to get the points. Let's get other people involved right now and open things up. And he's just a terrific athlete and teammate.
And really skilled. I mean, you have all those attributes, but he's really skilled. So just the complete player, and, you know, he'll have some type of pro opportunity down the road, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was telling us earlier, after his playing days are done, he might find himself on the coaching side of things. We certainly know he's got the IQ for it.
Yep, I can see that.
Cross court to Sholin. Bangs it home! Sholin's got 16. That ends a nearly 7-minute field goal drought for Portland. And you're gonna get some fresh legs in. Next dead ball. Dribble picked up. Issa with it. Trying to get around Sholin. Now on the block. Gives it up to Burnside, who drops his shoulder. And a charge called on Burnside. So Robertson taking another charge as Burnside picks up his 4th personal.
Well, just a nice job here, holding your ground, and he's known for that. He's just smart. That's just being a headsy player.
Perry, Meadows, and Robertson all to the bench.
They're probably done for the night here.
Yeah. So Gorosito, Lowell, and St. Pierre now on the floor. So let's see how this group does together without the veteran presence on the floor. I mean, you've got 4 new players and then Sholin.
Yep.
Trying to get it inside to St. Pierre, and it's knocked away. Turnover. Seemed like that was a bit too high arcing pass inside, and then the double team came over.
Well, the thing is you got to be able to read the defense. Christian was like staring at it. The high-low is there, but what's he going to do with it when he catches it, you know? It's got to be a ball fake and slip to the other side.
And I think he just realized that, too. While you were just speaking, he sort of did a little pump fake with his hands, like he knew he should have done that.
Well, you pump fake, and because what's happening is the strong or the weak side guard that's guarding the person in the corner is sucking in for that help defense on the lob. Well, you pump fake and make him go, then it opens things up. And if they don't, you hit the person in the corner and shoot a 3, you know?
As Chapman makes the free throw. He's dealing with 4 fouls right now. He's got 3 points and 2 rebounds after that made free throw. Make it 4 points. As we're under 5 minutes left to go in our game. Florida A&M, no field goals in 4 minutes. Chapman has just fouled out of the game with his 5th foul. Gorosito will head to the line.
Florida A&M foul number 2. Jordan Chapman, his 5th personal.
And Coach McCollum will have to find somebody off the bench to come in for his guard. So Marin will come back in. Gorosito is headed to the bench now, or excuse me, to the line.
And Coach Leggins talks about how well the shooter Gorosito is.
And he looks so confident when he's shooting too. I mean, I don't think there's any place in this gym where he wouldn't feel comfortable to shoot from. That's the type of range that he has as Smith hits the triple right in front of him.
Well, there's this little miscommunication right there.
And St. Pierre, first bucket as a Pilot. Into the corner. Foul called.
I think we just got a technical foul called. Yep.
Luis June called for that technical foul. And I didn't quite see what happened. Was it something that he said under his breath or something to the ref,
He
or
either
what?
chirped at him or, you know, kind of was demonstrative with his hands, questioning the call. But I honestly didn't see it.
So Sholin will shoot some free throws. Sholin with 18 points. I've been thoroughly impressed with his production early on here.
Sholin?
Yeah, in this season with how he started last year and how he finished and carrying it over into this season. As it's 76-42, we head to break again. Pilots are leading by 34 on the WCC Network. Welcome back inside the Chiles Center. Brian Slyke and Jennifer Mountain with your call. 76-42, the Pilots are leading the A&M Rattlers. And Jen, what have you seen in today's game that's really stood out?
Yeah, I mean, we were just, before we went off, we were talking about Christian Sholin. And, you know, you get a guy coming in, transfers in, and just kind of getting used to the system. I think he's really comfortable. I think he's really confident, you know, and that makes a big difference. He had a tremendous second half of last year, and it's just kind of the momentum has carried over, and he's doing a lot of really positive things. There's a lot of positives to take from tonight and from the other night going into Friday's night against Portland State. But I just think the depth has just been huge, and I thought the defensive effort today from Portland was tremendous.
Yeah, much better than what we saw on Monday in that opening day win over Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, it really set the tone from the beginning, I think.
Williams over Sholin, got it to go. That ended a 6-0 run over the last 15 seconds for the Pilots. Lowell steps into the transition. 3! Circles home! He's got 4 points. And a steal to go along with it. Pilots have numbers. It's 4-on-1. Sholin high off the glass with a hook shot.
Great job of anticipation by Lowell. You know, he's kind of a big with guard skills.
Yeah.
Can really shoot it, sees the floor, runs the floor.
Sholin now has 20 after that last made basket. I mean, lights out from the floor. 8 of 10, 2 of 4 from behind the arc to go along with 6 rebounds and 2 blocks.
And that's deep right there.
Yeah, that 3 from Lowell. And then he comes back with the seal too. Kalmkoen collected on that sideline. As Smith is back on the line. 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. He's got 10 points. And make it 11 after that one. And some movement from Florida A&M. So the Pilots will take possession. Applewhite down the sideline. Little hesitation, and then he picks up the foul as he drives near the block. He'll head to the line for 2.
Little Euro step right there.
Applewhite with 5 points. 3 of them have come from the free throw line. Missing that free throw. Sense a small bit of frustration right there after that miss.
Yeah, he's had a couple opportunities that he's missed from the free throw line. You can see the frustration. Just expectations, you know.
Marin. The Ias over St. Pierre, whipped away by Applewhite. Holding off a defender, finds Lowell in transition again, rattles out, and the putback from Applewhite. How did he do it?
What a putback. Again, there's that athleticism that I was talking about. I mean, that's huge athletic move.
Applewhite has 8 points now after that putback. Here's another look at it. It almost looked like he was falling over. Yeah, there you go. I'm surprised there wasn't an and one on that one.
I think they missed it, but didn't expect that to happen. Great job coming almost from the three-point line. Top of the key.
Portland is up by 40, make it 39 after the free throw. And Coleman Lemke comes into the game as Jennifer Mountain gives a little fist bump on that one.
I love that guy.
High energy dude.
Oh.
Worth the admission, even just watching him on the bench during the game.
He is a great teammate.
Marin comes from behind, steals the rebound away from Lowell. Rattlers answer with a 3.
Well, last couple minutes here, they've actually shot the ball pretty well.
Marin called for the foul. That will be his 3rd personal. And that will send Pilots back to the free throw line. It'll be Applewhite. He has a chance to get double-digit points for Portland. And for the 2nd straight game, 4 different Pilots now with double-digit points, as Applewhite now has 10.
Well, I think that's going to be a common theme throughout the season.
Miscommunication right there. Marin was looking for Williams, who had just cut away from him. Alex Andrews checks in. Redshirt freshman getting his first action here with just under 2 minutes left to go. Gorosito pulls up over him, in and out. St. Pierre tears a rebound away from Florida A&M, and now he'll head to the free throw line.
Great job of crashing the boards, and he seems a little bit more comfortable this second half. That's a deep three, but just good anticipation, way to battle down low, and sends himself to the line.
And he just looks stronger than those two bodies that were just next to him too, so that's a good sign. But he's missed the free throw there. Career 48.1% free throw shooter while he was at UW-Milwaukee. Spent 3 seasons at Parkside before he was at UW-Milwaukee last year. And there he gets the second free throw. He's now got 3 points.
Little weave action.
Tillman's three doesn't get a friendly bounce. Foul called, and it's going to be Pilot basketball. And Andrews is called for the foul, so Lowell will head to the line for 2 with 1:28 left in our ball game.
Kind of shaking his hand there a little bit. I don't know if he got it stuck.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened on the other side of the court. Yeah, we had a chance to talk to Coach Legs last week, and this team was picked 5th, and he talked about potential for this team and how it's a dirty word, and he doesn't like the word potential. He wants to see production, and this team is good. It isn't just potential anymore, as that shot is not in the air, it's on the ground, but it'll be 2 shots.
Well, I think that the expectation level has completely changed. I mean, there's expectations not only from everybody around here, with anticipation of this squad and the depth coming back with the newcomers and the returners, but they have a little bit of I don't know if you want to say a chip on their shoulder, because they think they're better than what they ended up last year. So, he's like, they can go ahead and pick us 5th. That's fine. It just kind of fuels the fire a little bit.
Yep.
And I think they have the ability to kind of shock some people. I think preseason is going to be really crucial.
That's a tougher non-conference schedule, especially with the addition of the PK 85.
Exactly.
Saying it's a flop on Applewhite, so no call on the charge. Smith, wing three, that's short. Rebound by Williams, and he'll get the putback. And they're calling a flop on Applewhite. And this has been a point of emphasis for this season.
It's an automatic technical.
And you might hear some fans get excited here if they miss the second free throw. Oh no, it'll just be the one free throw.
They actually called the flop
it
just
was
prior to the shot.
Yeah, it was as Tillman was driving in, yeah. Final minute of play. 91-54. Gorosito's shot partially blocked. And Applewhite takes it back for Portland. Turns it right over. Tillman around St. Pierre, and Lemke gets the rebound. Sophomore from Las Vegas. No shot clock with 20 seconds left. Final 5 seconds. And the Pilots will start 2-0, 91-54 victory over Florida A&M tonight. And Jen, any final thoughts on today's game?
I thought a great defensive effort right from the get-go, set the tone of the game, shared the ball really well, and just a great team win.
Pilots take it in relatively easy fashion. They were up by 27 in the first half, and I don't think it got any closer than about 14 or 15. So the Pilots run away with this one, 91-54. That was Jennifer Mountain. I'm Brian Slight. Thank you to the production crew all the way around. We can't do it without you. And until next time, we'll see you on the WCC Network.